Hey guys, it's Katelyn, and today we are creating a ton of spring DIYs. They're going to look so beautiful in your home, and you'll never guess that these are Dollar Tree DIYs. First, I'm using one of these large framed mirrors from Dollar Tree, and the mirror was already cracked, so I didn't have to feel guilty about going ahead and chipping away at this to try to get it to fall out. And then using some chalk paint, I wanted to take this from black into more of a lighter color. I feel like circle signs are kind of hard to make using Dollar Tree items because I don't always have out the circle sign, so this is a great option for that. I wanted to create like a little hanging sign. I did need a new backing for this, and it's kind of funny, I'm using one of these wooden eggs, but it's all that I could find at Dollar Tree that was going to be easy to cut down and fit into this. So I didn't get it perfect, but I do end up covering up the back anyways. But for the front of the sign, I wanted to use some of this musical paper, which came from Hobby Lobby, but I feel like it is so beautiful and I love using it in the springtime. It just kind of reminds me of like the birds singing. I've like Mod Podged it on little wooden birds before, and it is so cute. So putting that inside, and like I said, covering up the back so you don't see all of the hot glue. I picked a variety pack up of these bows and flowers from Amazon. I'll try to link those down below for you. So I'm adding that to the bottom as well as some greenery. And then I feel like it needed a word across the top, so I picked up these Hobby Lobby wooden letters, or they're more like MDF, and it spelled the word home. And I would have never left this natural before, but I feel like the brown just really made it look more cozy, and it went with the burlap flowers perfectly. And then I needed a hanger, so I decided to use some nautical rope, and I love gluing the little knots at the top to give it more of a decorative finish. Next up, I wanted to make a miniature version of these hanging baskets from Anthropologie. I feel like they were so beautiful, and I knew I could make this using Dollar Tree items. So like I said, I've been loving shelves lately and kind of hanging things off of there, so I thought this would be perfect to make a mini version to hang like off of a hook of a shelf. So to get this, I had to get my rope started to make a flat base. I set one of the hurricane lanterns or candle holders on top of it, and I'm using this just for the shape, so I will be removing it. So I was super careful with my hot glue. If it did touch the glass, I tried to continue to twist it so it didn't really get locked in, and I was able to remove it after the rope really built up. So after I pulled it out, I just did a couple more layers at the top, and then I did use a lighter to singe off all of these little hairs. It gives it more of like a finished look and doesn't look so hairy and rough edged. So then to get the color blocked look, I just counted up like 4 strands of the rope and then painted this with some chalk paint. I did just really load it on there so it's nice and thick, and then using these faux leather ribbon strips, I added them to the top, and I feel like this was the exact look that was in the photo, just on a mini scale, and I love it so much more.
Keep looking back, don't wanna forget you. Yeah, I wanna do it all again, so I keep pushing rewind. Hoping you'll still by my side. We can't get lost in time, but don't you wanna do it all again?
Next, Dollar Tree has out a ton of different options of these little animal planters. I think these are adorable. I personally love the little turtle, so I picked that up. I love how it looks already, and I may grab some as is for outside, but I wanted a neutral version to put inside. I thought it would be really cute to give this a solid white coat. You can feel free to spray paint this. I just feel like chalk paint gives it more of like a ceramic look. And then after he was painted and dried, I wanted to stick some greenery in there. So I thought it would be fun to stick up some of this onion grass to kind of make it look like it was a little chia pet at first. I thought it was adorable. You could just leave the grass in there, but I decided to go ahead and spruce it up a little bit more by adding in some burlap ribbon around the edges. This also helped the grass to kind of stay clumped together in place. I did apply a little bit of hot glue to the bottom and then sticking in some random little greenery. I think this little floral pet is so adorable and will look so cute for spring setting on a shelf. I am obsessed with all things like floral in my home right now. It goes perfect with the boho look, especially if you're doing like neutral boho, and I am adding in so many fake plants in faux floral. I just love it so much. So I wanted to make a little holder so I could display one of the little terracotta pots so I can have it not just look so boring setting on a shelf. To make this stand, I'm using a 5x7 canvas from Dollar Tree. I used a razor knife and cut on the outside of all of the staples and then pulled that away as well as the excess on the back. And then I'm gluing this down using a combination of liquid nails and hot glue down to a piece of Dollar Tree's plank wood that I did cut down by scoring once again with my razor knife. After I got these glued together, I give it a nice white coat of paint. I also feel like this would be gorgeous stained for more of a boho look. And then to hang the planter, there was all kinds of fancy ways to tie up macrame planters, and I did not want to make this difficult at all. So I just tied a circle and made like a figure 8 out of it. And then using a tiny piece of popsicle stick, I glued it down in the center so it would attach to the little mini floral pot from Dollar Tree. And this will create my hanger, and then I screwed in a little hook that I just had to bend out so that it would actually attach to the jute twine, hung that from the top, and then filled the little pot with some faux plants or just any kind of little scrap greenery that I had. I feel like this is such a cool idea. I would love to also make this on a larger scale, maybe using a couple different sizes of the canvases. You can set these together, but I feel like this is a really cool decor piece, and you could even add in so many different options for the floral pieces. I have held on to a ton of these little guys, not knowing what to do with them, and I was like determined to figure something out. So I have these really cool miter shears or angle cutters. I'll try to link them down below. I get a ton of questions whenever I use them, but they actually cut through a lot of different materials, like a lot of the thin wood pieces from Dollar Tree, so they are so handy and they do a lot more than just scissors can. I did struggle to cut through the little tumbling tower blocks, but you can see that I did try to cut a couple of pieces to attach these two together. But I did just angle the tops to make this look like a picket fence. This was such a fun idea. I don't know why it took me this long to figure this out, but I loved this. You could even make this longer and put like a bigger word. You could make this a wall hanging, but for now I attached 2 of those together, like I said, with little tower blocks, and then painted that white. I picked up this blessed word from Hobby Lobby. It was around $1.50. I feel like it is just nice quality to get this thick wood. It looks really good. It makes your projects look nicer. And I stained it with my flagstone stain and then hot glued that to the bottom, and then just dressed up the top with some greenery and then a burlap bow that also came in that Amazon variety pack of like bows and flowers. After I had everything glued down nice and tight, I just tucked in a couple of pink flowers. I felt like this would be really fun to tuck them in there and then pull them out after spring is over and I'm wanting more of a neutral look, but you could definitely tuck in any color that you would like and be able to switch this up for several different seasons. Next up is kind of like a little birdhouse, kind of wind chime looking decor piece. I'm not sure what to call it, but once again, just something really cute that could hang off of a shelf or a wall hook. I have used an arrow as a house before. These are a little bit different of a shape. They're a little bit longer and slimmer, so a little bit harder to get in the house shape, but I was able to trim off the little angles on the edges with my miter shears again, or my angle cutters. And then for the roof, I'm going to be using some of these wooden cubes. So I'm using the crate kind of as a guide to make sure that these are going to stay nice and straight. And then I am just gluing them together opposite directions to create a triangle. I glue that down to the top. And then these laser die cuts from Dollar Tree have been so much fun to use. I've been using them on everything. I cannot believe I only picked up one pack of these little keys, so I'll definitely have to look for some more. But I put the rose at the top. I feel like it was kind of mixing it up. I always put like a circle or a heart there, so that's something kind of a little bit dressier. It almost kind of looks shabby chic a little bit to me. But to attach the keys, I decided to lightly glue the jute twine down in the middle of the key, add a couple of beads to the top, and I am gluing this to the back. I put them under some popsicle sticks to make sure they're going to stay on there nice and sturdy, and just created a hook. But this was just a really fun, whimsical piece that looks really cute that is in the neutral color, but you could add so many colors to this and really dress it up as much as you want. Since I did hot glue the keys, they are kind of one-sided and they kept flip-flopping back and forth, and I didn't like that, so I did take the extra set that was in the same package and hot glued those to the back so that either way that they flipped, they still looked really good. My Dollar Tree has had out these metal welcome circles for a couple of weeks now, so I was wanting to use one. I thought it would be really fun to kind of make like, I'm not sure what they called, but kind of like a dream catcher, how people like hang them up with all of the lace coming off of the bottom. I feel like that would be so beautiful. So you can see I'm cutting long strips and then looping the strings through itself to create a tight hold on the bottom of this. And I'm using a ton of yarn and just mixing up ribbons. I love the lace as well as some of this shiny ribbon. It all looks really, really good together, and I even added in some of the burlap ribbon later on, and I feel like it just looks really pretty in all of the colors, but they're neutral, but they're different colors, look really, really good together. This little greenery garland, which came off of a garland from Hobby Lobby, and these little Amazon flowers and roses seem to be a theme in this video, but I just love how they look. I feel like it's the perfect like chic farmhouse boho look that I'm going for. I just attached a hook at the top, but I feel like this is such a fun piece. It kind of has a romantic look to it, so definitely something that you could hang in a bedroom or by an entryway. Next up is one of the easiest DIYs I've ever done, but it turned out really cute. I was at the Dollar Tree and I found one of these little wooden signs. It kind of feels like a ceramic tile in the wooden frame. So whenever I started painting the back, because I wanted to make this a reversible sign and it had like a pink smear on the back, it actually came out. So I was able just to go ahead and push it through and paint the entire thing. So that worked better for me, and then I glued it back in place. But like I said, wanting to make this a reversible sign, it looks really spring and colorful, which I am going to love putting on a shelf and adding in that pink splash of color in my home. But I found these really cool stickers. I love this clock. I think it is adorable. And they also had a sticker that said family time. I did see one of the stickers on here that I was showing you kind of has like a misprint, so I'm not sure what that's about. It's like family spelt with a T at the end. But this is just a really fun, easy to do project so that I can make this to use all year. I can just flip it around when I want the color, and then whenever it goes into more like summer or start going into fall, I can just flip it around and it blends in perfect with all of my farmhouse decor. Another quick and easy DIY that you can put together that looks really high-end is picking up a couple of these candle votives on the metal stand. I feel like this is such an upgrade for Dollar Tree. I could not believe it. They also came in black and I picked up a couple of those, but I thought these would be so pretty to put in more of like a glam farmhouse look or maybe an office. But I am just adding in some white rocks. I definitely need to pick up another bag of the white rocks so you could see the stems trying to pull up because I had to shove them way down in there. So definitely need to add in some white sand or more rocks, but I feel like these look so beautiful and I love that pop of gold. This wouldn't be a spring video without a larger floral piece that you can use like as a centerpiece or to add that pop of color in a entryway table. But using a couple of the Dollar Tree Crafter Square crates, I hot glued these together and using my favorite stain. You all are going to get so tired of this stain because I am just loving it so much. I go ahead and really lay it on there so it gets darker. You can do a light coat or you can add it thick and wipe it away. I have just been applying it on there and letting it completely soak up, and I am loving the color. So after I got that completely done drying, I am going to be making a little sign. I'm using a jumbo popsicle stick and then some of the new little Dollar Tree galvanized letters that I was so excited about. I added the word flowers, hot glued all of that down, and then I'll be adding in some floral. I always love to cut down some floral foam to put in there so it doesn't take as much of the floral pieces. And then I'm using a mixture of roses and Dollar Tree's wildflowers. I love these little pale yellow roses, and I was tucking them down and I didn't have enough of these to fill this full, but then I thought adding some brighter yellow to this would even make it pop even more and look really pretty and perfect for spring. So let me know in the comments down below if you're a fan of yellow or not. Sometimes I am and sometimes I'm not, but I thought this looked really, really cute. And like I say, you can make this a purple centerpiece or pink or mix all the colors in, but just a really pretty centerpiece. Thank you all so much for coming and crafting with me today. If you made it to the end, leave me a little heart or bow emoji. I had a lot of fun putting these projects together. I love bringing you all a ton of new content because I know every project isn't for everyone. So if I bring you a ton of projects at one time, you are bound to like one of them and can create this for your home. Don't forget to leave me a big thumbs up. It really helps me out. Also, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.